Hello, welcome to anyone joining me live here tonight for part 1 of Goddess Express. This is a 3-part series, an online immersion. It's free and it's really going to give you a taste for what it's like to work with me and to be guided by me when I'm being guided by my goddess. So I'm going to be sharing with you how I do that, and hopefully you'll experience an energetic expansion here tonight. That's the plan. So I'm just going to wait for a minute or two because I know there's a few people who are going to be tuning in. I'm going to wait for them to come on and say hi. Hello and welcome. And if you're watching on replay, hashtag replay, so I know you are here. And please do feel free to leave comments, questions, anything you like, because I will come back to them at the end. So I'm going to explain to you very soon. Hey, gorgeous Sammy. I'm going to explain to you how we're going to run tonight and what to expect. And then we're just going to get stuck in. So we're actually going to do a bit of a meditation tonight, which will be fun. So hopefully if you got the memo, I did a bit of a post before just saying, if possible, if at all possible, try not to have any distractions tonight if you can. Like, I know some of you got small children, so that's probably impossible. But if you're in a position to kind of turn off the phone, close the door, get all the distractions out of the way, then please do, because you're going to get more out of it if you do. And if you can't do that and you get disrupted, you can always come back to this live because it will be recorded and you can come back to it and do it in your own time. So I really would love, if you can, for you to do this peacefully. And as goddesses, fellow goddesses, what you might like to do as well is set up the space for yourself. So you have a candle, have some oil diffusing, a beautiful smelling oil, some lavender oil, whatever lights you up, and maybe incense if you like incense, and you might just want to get quieten down the space before you get stuck in. So tonight I will be talking to you about expanding your energy and helping you tune into your goddess, and we'll talk about what does that really mean. Tomorrow night at the same time, we're going to be talking about having harmony and balance between your masculine and feminine energies. And I know that can be a really confusing topic, so I really want to explain what that actually means in reality and how it will make a difference in your life. And then in day 3, which will be Wednesday for those of us down under, we're going to explore the long drop, the drop between the head and the heart. And they call that the long drop because it can take people a lot of time to actually go from here down into the heart. And if you find, yourself living in the heart space, which is really what I do now, it will totally transform your life from top to bottom. So if you've been watching my posts of late, I'm really sharing with you what Goddess, this program that I'm running that will start in 11 days, the paid program, I'm sharing with you how I do life and how it has totally transformed my life, my level of peace, my level of joy, my level of happiness. And it's also transformed my business, and my business has grown dramatically since I started operating from goddess energy. So I'll explain that for you. Also, feel free to ask questions as you come in or at any point throughout. I may or may not answer them here in the session, depending on how long we go for. I might have to come back to them later because we've only got, as much time as we can, afford here tonight. So if you ask something and it doesn't get answered, please know that I will come back to it. Okay. So it's a bit hot here, but I didn't want to put a fan on because it's a little bit too noisy. So, and we're going to be generating a whole heap of energy. So it's only going to get hotter. So hopefully you're not too hot where you are. So I can see there's lots of beautiful people coming on, which is awesome. So feel free to say hi as you come on, and I'm watching you all. I'm going to swipe away the comments though, just for now, so I don't get distracted, and just talk you through. I've got notes here. As many of you know, I can go off into wild mode and tangents. So notes help me stay focused on what I want to share with you. But I also promise you that I will follow the tangents because I believe that's really important. So if the divine gives me a little nugget, I will share it with you, and I'll drop the notes, but I'll come back to them because they keep me focused. Also, I'd like you to know that I'm not overly prepared for these sorts of sessions. I do follow intuition, and so I have my notes, but a lot of it is, divinely inspired, and I'll go where you guys need me to go. And so I don't even know where we're going to go necessarily. And I share that with you because that is what it's like to live in goddess energy. It's allowing the divine to work through you, allowing yourself to be an open channel and not sticking to scripts. And since I've done that here in my business, that's the way I do lives. They're so much richer and people get so much more out of them. And so many people will say to me, oh, what you spoke about was just what I needed to hear. And you know what? I wouldn't have even prepared it. It was because it came in because that person was watching and it was what they needed to hear. And my job is to be an open channel. So that is what I'm trying to demonstrate by, being that for you here tonight so that you can also pick up on that. And if I pause for a long period of time, it's just because I'm allowing something to come in. So don't worry about the long pauses. Don't think I've lost the plot, all right? Okay, so welcome in. Take a deep breath. Let it all pour out. I'll do the same because it's always good for me to do that. Okay, so I've explained what we're here to do tonight. Tonight's about expanding your energy. And the reason that I wanted to teach about goddess and share about goddess and take people on a goddess transformation, I mean, you're already all goddesses anyway, but what we're doing here is tuning into our goddess on a deeper level, opening up to her even more, quietening our mind so we can listen to her. And the benefit of doing that, the reason that we do this, the reason why I've done it and why I want to share it with you is it's totally transformed my life. So what it's meant for me is that I can make decisions with ease and feel confident that it's the right decision because I have tuned into my intuition. I trust her. I trust my intuitive genius, which is who our goddess is. I trust her with my life because she is my life, right? So I don't have to worry, April Mac, the personality, I don't have to think things over and strategize and get in my own way anymore because I tune into my intuition. It tells me very clearly and simply what I need to know and I just do it. I stop questioning it. And since I did this, the decisions that I make, the path I take has been so much more beautiful, so much more in flow. I get results that I could never have planned for. So this is why I want you to consider really opening up to your goddess more. It also allows you to increase your confidence level. So people do ask me, April, how do you know what to do next? How is it that you're confident? How is it that you can come online and talk without having, detailed notes? That is because I've learned to trust my intuition, my goddess. I trust her. I know that she's got me. I know that, if I do pause and I need a break, that she'll just pick it up. She'll tell me what needs to be said next. So having that level of trust for yourself will give you the confidence to do what you're here to do what your soul's calling you forward to do, because that's what this is all about, right? It's also brought me so much more peace in my life. So the way that I used to run my life was trying to control everything. Have we got any fellow control freaks out there? Give me a yes if you are a control freak. We're not freaks, right? But many of us want to control because we just want the best outcome. So we try and control it, force it, oh, well, look, if I do this, this and this, then that's going to happen. And then when that doesn't happen, it's frustrating and we get upset, angry, hurt, let down, disappointed, those sort of angsty feelings of suffering are because we're not surrendered. We're not trusting that they're the perfect thing to have had happen. So here we are trying to control everything and nothing works how we want it, and then we get frustrated. So if you can learn to surrender and stop forcing, stop controlling, then it's like you don't have to have responsibility anymore. It's not like, saying, oh, well, it is like saying whatever happens, happens. And it's not being irresponsible, but it's not, you don't have to worry anymore. And everything that happens, you just say, well, that must have been what was meant to happen. And allowing things to happen in that way, like everything that happens in your life to happen in that way, you will suddenly have so much freedom, so much less angst, so much inner peace and calm, that it almost wouldn't matter what was happening. This is where I talk about like being the eye of the storm. Like a shit storm can be going on around me. Everything can be failing. You know, I could get a flat tire. I could be standing in the rain, whatever. It wouldn't bother me. I mean, this is how I live my life now. Not to say I never get the shits, but I catch myself when I do. If I do, then I just say, right, well, I'm just going to surrender. I'm going to surrender that up. Didn't happen. It didn't happen the way I wanted it to. The divine must have a better plan for me. The divine must have something else in mind. And just trusting that and allowing that to be the case is a beautiful thing. Living in goddess energy will also help you stop doubting yourself. So I know many of you are here to do big things. If you watch me, if you're part of my tribe, part of my audience, then I know 100% that you are here to do big things. You're here to change the world in some way in your particular unique area. And when you live in goddess energy and trust your intuition and know that you are an absolute creative genius in your field, then you will stop doubting yourself. And that's where that confidence comes in. You will feel confident. You can say things like, this is going to be an amazing session, because you trust that goddess is going to make it an amazing session. So, you know, you can still have a little bit of fear, but the self-doubt that holds you back will start to diminish. I'm not saying it's going to be completely gone, but it will definitely diminish. And for me, this has been a practice. This has not been an overnight thing. This has been years in the making, and probably, if you know, I believe in past lives, it's lives in the making, right? So it's many lives that it has taken me to get here. But if you're listening to this and you're resonating with this, then you are ready. You are totally ready. Your soul has told you to rock up here tonight for whatever reason, right? You don't know. You might not know. You might think, why the fuck am I listening to April Mack tonight? I didn't know I was in for this, right? But your soul has brought you here. And you've got to trust that. You just got to trust that there's some reason that you're here. I've gone totally off my notes, and I'm just going to keep going with it. So some of you watching are probably in one of my programs, Shine. And when I felt the intuition and the calling, my soul's calling to create that program, we're nearly finished. It was a 3-month program. When I had that idea for that, I resisted it like a motherfucker. Sorry, but anyone who's not into swearing, I know you wouldn't be watching me if you knew. I think you know I swear. I don't need to probably cover that. Sorry if you've got children in the background. It just comes out. So yeah, when I created Shine, I was in such resistance to it because it was a bigger program than I'd ever run. But I got such a clear signal. It was like, you need to do this, April, and it's going to cost this much, and it's going to be 3 months, and it's got to be done. And I resisted. And then once I finally put it out there, I got the most beautiful souls come into this program, and we have co-created absolute pure magic. People have transformed in there because we're all trusting the divine to do its thing. And I didn't even know what that program was going to be about, really. Like, I had an idea, but what has happened in there has blown all of our minds. So that is me just trusting, just showing up, doing my part, feeling the call, and just stepping in and doing it. Yes, I might get nervous, but I just go ahead and do it. Okay. So I feel like that's enough talking, and what I want to do next is do a little meditation here with you. So I'm going to talk you through it, but before we do, there will be one little last bit of information that I want to give you. I want you to see if you can open your mind and your heart to receiving an energetic transmission now. Like, that's what's actually going on here. Like, but you know, yes, my words are talking to you, but there's an energy exchange going on between all of those who are here watching live, and there'll be energetic exchange even if you're watching on replay. And that is going on behind the scenes. So what you think you're seeing over here with the right hand, there's the left hand, which is the divine, going on and doing some stuff behind the scenes. So just open yourself to that. Allow that. and don't question it too much. So what we want to try and do tonight is switch off the brain as much as possible and move into the heart space, move into the energy field of what we're here to do. And then the results that you'll receive will be better and more noticeable. So let's have a look here. What am I saying? Where's the notes? I'm just seeing where I'm up to. Yeah, so I just want to quickly explain to you as well that I'm going to talk you through breathing techniques, and we're going to breathe through our chakras. So if you don't know what a chakra is, don't worry, your soul knows. But just to keep it at bay, just to keep your mind at bay, we've got lots of chakras throughout our bodies, and it's about 7 main ones, but depending on who you listen to as to what there are. But we're going to be breathing in through our crown chakra, which is in through the top of our head. We're actually going to breathe in and out of our Ajna chakra, which is our third eye, our throat chakra, which is here. I'm just pointing them out so that you know what happens when I tell you to do it, and through our heart chakra. And then our base chakra, which is down underneath the perineum. Perineum, is that the right word? I think so. So that's what we'll be doing. But your soul will know how to breathe in and out of chakras. Don't worry about it. And I may just start off with a little bit of chanting in Sanskrit. Don't be freaked out. I've got a guru in India, as some of you will have known, and I've learned some Sanskrit chanting. Sanskrit is the oldest, one of the oldest languages around. It's thousands and thousands of years old. It's been chanted and chanted by the sages and the rishis from India for many, many years, so our souls are very familiar with it. And if all of that sounds like gobbledygook, that's fine. You can just park that too if you can, and just see what happens. Just keep an open mind and just see how you feel, okay? So I'm just asking you not to think about it too much and just go with an open mind. All right, so now we're going to just move into the meditation. So if you can close your eyes right now for me and take some slow, deep breaths in and out. I'll do it with you for a moment, and I want you to focus on the breath going in through the nostrils and then out through your mouth if you can. Nice, beautiful, slow, deep breaths. And just by doing that, taking conscious, deep breaths, we're able to connect a little bit more with the truth of who we are and quieten down the mind. So breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Nice, slow, deep breaths. Now, as you're breathing, I want you to imagine a white light, bright white light coming in through the top of your head, through your crown chakra. And imagine it coming in from the furthest possible star out there in the universe. Bright white light coming in through the top of your crown chakra, down through your body, and it's going down, cleansing all the chakras in your body, and then it comes out through your base chakra, down into the earth. It's like you've got a root system beneath you that travels down from where you're seated, down through your feet, down through your base chakra into the earth. A root system going down, sending that white light down into the center of the earth. And then I want you to breathe the light back up through that root system, up through your body and out through your crown, the top of your head again, back to that further star. And keep breathing up and down through that pillar of light. That pillar of light is called your Antakarana. You don't have to worry about that right now. Just feel it. Just feel the white light coming in through the top of your head, down through the chakras, cleansing all of your chakras, out through the base of your spine, into the earth, and then back up from Mother Earth, up through the body and out through the top of the head. Breathing up and down that beautiful pillar of white light. And I want you to keep doing that. And as you do that, I'm just going to do a couple of little chants that are going to call on my guru and bring in some beautiful energy into our field right now. So between all of those of you that are here online live and the people that come in on replay, we're all connected. And we're all going to experience energetic expansion together. Keep breathing up down that pillar of light. That's right. And you may start to have some thoughts, and you can just let them pass. Let them come and go like clouds just passing by. Don't need to stop and think of anything. Just keep focusing on that pillar of light. That's right. As we do this, we're connecting with our higher self, the truth of who we are, our soul, our goddess. She's here. She's here. A little bit of chanting now. Just keep breathing up and down. Om Yana Rupaya Vidmahe Shakti Amsaya Dhimahi Tanno Shakti Amma Prachodayata. Om Yana Rupaya Vidmahe Shakti Amsaya Dhimahi Tanno Shakti Amma Prachodayata. Om Yana Rupaya Vidmahe Shakti Amsaya Dhimahi Tanno Shakti Amma Prachodayata. Om Namo Narayani. Om Namo Narayani. Om Namo Narayani. Keep breathing in and out, beautiful, slow, deep breaths. And I want you to feel your aura. You've probably heard of the fact that we all have an aura. And as you breathe in and out, just feel the expansion of your aura. It may start to feel like it's, way bigger than you, bigger than the room, bigger than your house. With each breath out, imagine it expanding out further and further. That's it. Beautiful. Beautiful. And if you're not feeling anything, it's totally fine. Hopefully you have experienced a little bit of peace, a little bit of relaxation from your busy day. A quietening of the mind, even just for a couple of seconds, is going to make a big difference. Okay, so I would like you now to, when you feel ready, open your eyes, put your hands in the prayer mudra, which is like this in front of our chest, and take a big deep breath in and out and give us a big smile. Not that I can see you, but I can feel you. And yeah, hopefully you're feeling a little bit expanded right now, just from a little bit of breathing, a little bit of envisaging, bit of cleansing through the chakras, and a little bit of magic from my end. Hopefully you can feel some shift. And if you can and you want a message, put a message in, feel free. But you don't have to. I just want you to experience the feeling that you've got right now. And hopefully you're feeling really beautiful, peaceful, relaxed. If you want to tell us how you feel, please do. Okay, so what we've done here is no rocket science, no magic. It is literally just quietening the mind so that you can connect back with the truth of who you are. This part of you, that quiet part, is always available to you, no matter where you are, what you're doing, it's always there. You can be busy and still access it. You don't have to stop everything and have a meditation, but what I'm trying to, demonstrate for you here and now is that you do have access to it and you can feel it. And what I'm hoping that will happen after we get off this live tonight, if you've got time, it would be awesome if you can just get a pen, get paper, and do a little bit of journaling and just ask your goddess, because you'll be much more in tune and in touch with her right now. Ask her what it is that you need to know right now. What is useful for me to know now? And just journal on it. And a whole lot of rubbish might come out first, and then you might get some really beautiful golden nuggets. Or if you don't have time for that or nothing happens, you may access her in your dreams tonight. You might have some really unusual dreams and some messages. Often our dreams contain messages for us. And so listen, pay attention to whatever it is that you dream of and see what the message is in there for you. And then tomorrow throughout the day, I want you to just ask yourself more often, and this can be a practice that you do, whether you continue doing anything with me over the next couple of days or not. Ask yourself regularly, what do I want? What do I want to do now? How do I feel? What do I want? And that opens the door, opens the conversation to your goddess. By asking, what do I want? She will step in and tell you. She'll tell you what you want, or, it's you and her, you're all one, right? It's just a way of talking about it. But it's accessing that higher self is what we're doing. So ask yourself often, what do I want right now? What do I want to do? What do I want to create? What am I here to do? And you'll get guidance. You don't have to ask somebody else for what you're here to do. You don't have to go searching like a needle in a haystack for your purpose. It's not like this one thing that you have to go and find. You can just ask your goddess at any time. Ask your inner knowing, whatever you want to call it, your intuition. What am I here to do? What's my purpose right now? What is the next thing that you would have me do? And just follow it. Follow each step. And it may make no sense to you. So many of the things that I've been doing since I have started this process a few years ago, so many of the things didn't make sense until I looked back on them, until I saw, that's why I had to do that. Right, that makes sense to me now, because we often can't see the way forward, but we get the ideas. Every time you get an idea, that's your goddess telling you what to do. She'll give you an awesome idea. And if we procrastinate on it and try and analyze it up here in the head, that's when we get in our own way. That's what getting in our own way, because we overcomplicate it, we overthink it, and then we don't do it because we're like, well, I don't know why I would be creating that. Or, like some of you know that I've created this beautiful group called Taboo, which is coming up soon. And it's an online space for people to share taboo subjects. I have no fucking idea why I had that idea and why I created it, but I just knew I had to. Like, I got such a strong message, and I still don't know what it has to do with anything. However, since I created it and started it, so many people have been coming in, people contacting me, strangers going, oh my God, April Mac, this is amazing. I want to speak at it. Can I invite people, etc., etc. So I just trusted that that was the thing to do, and away I went with it. So this is what you can do. Every time you get a beautiful new idea, just ask yourself, what's the simplest way I can implement that? And just do it and see what happens. Magic will happen, I promise. Okay, so I've been going on my merry way here. I think we're pretty much on track. So I've told you what I'd love you to do. Journal after this session if you can. Maybe you want to extend and do a bit more of a meditation. And throughout tomorrow, just keep asking yourself, what do I want? What do I want? What do I want? See what happens. The next thing I want to do is pull a tarot card for you. And this is going to be relevant to everybody watching in some way. It's going to be different. We're going to use it differently, but it's going to be relevant to the whole group, because I am asking my guru right now to tell us what is it that we need to know, what's going to help us and our goddess. And this is from the most beautiful pack. It's called the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle. I know that's the wrong way around for you guys. And I'll put a photo and I'll share with you what the guidance is. I'll put it in the comments or something from here so that you all get it. But just let me tune in for a minute. What is it that all the goddesses watching right now, what is it that we all need to know? Tell me. Okay. This is the card I've pulled, which again will be back to front view, but it says X marks the spot. See the love in disguise. So I don't know a lot about what that means, so I'm going to read it and I'm going to put it in here, and I won't take up your time because I can't bloody read without glasses. So I'll put all the details of it. I'll put a photo of it here in the group, afterwards I'll put it in the comments so that you get to see it. And what I do want to finish with is just welcome those of you who feel ready to do this kind of work, to go on an expansive journey with me, and to just literally let God knows what's going to happen unfold. Then do jump into my program Goddess, which starts in 10 days from now. If you go to aprilmac.com.au/goddess, you can get all the details. It's $222 for the program, and we go for 7 weeks. So we're going to do some weird and wacky stuff like what we've done tonight, because I literally take my guidance from the divine. But there will be lots of practical tools that I will share with you, like very grounded practical things, like, you know, you can try this, do this. And there will be lots of meditations and different expansive things that we will do, which I can't tell you all the details completely because it will be a guided, it will depend on who comes in, and I will go with my intuition as to what needs to happen. But what I do know, and I know this from experience because I've run lots of groups before, some of you have worked with me, many of you have worked with me, that these containers that we go in together are a fucking ride. They are amazing. They are expansive. You will come out a different person than when you went in, and you will come out better. And hopefully you'll come out less of who you think you are, which is our personality and ego, and more of who you truly are, which is your higher self, your soul, your fucking goddess. Right? So you will come out, you're already a goddess, but you're going to come out even more of a goddess when we go on these programs together. So anyone who's worked with me before will know that you're in for a ride. You're in for an absolute ride. It's bloody amazing. Okay, so let me just quickly check now before I sign off. If there's any questions, please do leave any. Oh, Amanda's there. Oh, Namonarani, beautiful. Yay, Taboo. Yes, Tracy Rose coming into Goddess, which is bloody awesome. There's a few people who've come in already, and I know that there's more coming. And I'm going to share with you, for those of you who create programs in the world and you want to call people into your programs, there's beautiful ways of doing that don't just involve, you know, going on social media and, you know, doing posts. Yes, that's one thing, but you can magnetize people too, just like I've magnetized you guys here tonight, those that are here on live and those that will be watching on replay. I've magnetized you in because I've been sitting around doing my meditations and calling you all on in, and you can do the same and call the most beautiful people to you. Gosh, I feel expanded. How about you? I'd love to hear if you feel like you're expanded from tonight's session, or have you felt anything different, or was it just like, what the fuck? The fact that you're all still there watching makes me think that something happened and that you enjoyed it on some level. So I think I'm just going to check. Yes, expanded, says Tracy. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to take the silence that the rest of you are just so zen right now that you're not going to leave any comments, and that's totally cool. Do join me if you would like to for tomorrow's session. It's going to be very different to tonight's. It's actually going to be more information than anything else. We're going to talk about, this is a really interesting topic, getting balance between your masculine and feminine energy. And there's a lot of misconception out there, I think. You know, this was even me just a few months ago. I was really quite confused by that because I was hearing about the masculine way and the feminine way of doing things versus the masculine energy and the feminine energy. So I really want to expand our understanding of what that means, and also give you some practical examples and techniques you can use to step more into your feminine, I would say. But those of you who are already you know, it depends if you're out of balance or not. So for me, I had to step much more into my feminine because I was really out of balance. I was playing in the masculine so much more than what feels right and good for me now. So I hope that all makes sense. It'll make more sense tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel here on Facebook. Thank you, Facebook, for having us. We're very, very lucky to have this wonderful platform in which to share such beautiful content. So thank you all for coming. It's an absolute honor to do this work. And, you know, finally I've got the guts to do it. Like, it's taken me many lifetimes and many years to get to this point of doing what my soul is really here to do. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being here with me and supporting me to do that for you. All right, lots of love. Take care. Have a beautiful, expansive, peaceful evening, you gorgeous goddesses, you. Bye for now.